Yes. Powerful process. 187. This ain't even an official live stream, you know. Let me know if you can hear me in it. Yeah, I can hear myself on the playback on my phone. Yeah. So yeah, this ain't no official live stream this time. I'm just testing out something in it, using one software. Man, like Joseph David, always here to fucking greet, man. Come on. Don't worry. So this is not a proper official live stream. I'm just testing out something quickly. Um, yeah, a couple of days. What's the day? Monday, probably Wednesday. Yeah. Obviously, man, I don't want to bring you lot to the live stream. You lot to not see nothing in it, but yeah, I'm just testing out something. Trying to see if I can do like live streaming from YouTube on this software that I got on my laptop. I don't think it's gonna work. We lot saying, oh man, everything bless. Mason Greenwood. Fam, man, I don't watch TV, you know, but you know what? Since you said that, let me search this situation. Yeah, 'cause I've never even heard of the man's name, Mason Greenwood. Hold on. Mason Greenwood. Oh, hold on a minute. That's the footballer, innit? Ah, you know what? So earlier, was it on Instagram or YouTube? There was like a little snippet. Um, I heard a girl talking in the background or something. She's like, I don't want to or something, but for some reason I clicked on something else. I think it must have been on Instagram. I must have saw the snippet. I heard a girl talk, say, I don't want to, or something, something, something. And then, yeah, I come off that, whatever that video was or whatever, and I didn't get to go back on it for some reason. Yeah, yeah, one sec. Let me turn off this heat. But you know what, yeah? Um, Obviously, I don't know no information in it. I mean, if a girl's recording it, but again, I can't really talk of the situation because I ain't read nothing, I ain't really seen nothing too tough. But I did see a little thing on Facebook today, and I just think to myself, why is it? Yeah, it was this morning. I saw something on Facebook, no video, nothing like that. It was literally just, like them news blog things on, I don't know, fucking the Sun or whatever, and on Facebook if you're on Facebook, and they were saying something about obviously that situation. And as soon as I saw it, what popped into my mind was, why is it always the footballers or man with money that are getting caught up in these situations? Now, obviously, it does happen to guys that don't have money and that, but why, a lot of the time, why are these guys who are footballers and that on 100, 200, 300, 400 grand a year always getting caught up in these madness and that? Some of these girls go out of their fucking way to set up these men, you know. Look what happened to Drake. I think a couple years ago, within the last 2 to 4 years or something, he must have been dealing with one gal or something like that. Next thing you know, the girl's calling the R charge on him. And this is how you know these girls are out here just trying to make money off these people, innit? Yeah? So, like, a girl will claim that a man tried a thing or done a thing to her, innit? I'm not going to say cool, but okay. So, this is how you know these girls are after money. Instead of getting my man locked up, what they will do is they will speak to their lawyer, get their lawyer to chat to his lawyer, and listen, boy, for me to squash this case, squash this beef, you have to break me off 300 grand. Hold on a minute. So you're willing to let a man go free, knowing that he done a nasty crime on you for the sake of getting paid? See, these women need to realize, yeah, that when they get these guys locked up or when they're in these cases, in these mixes and that, they have a duty of care, not just to themselves, you know, to the next 10, 20 women that come in, that might be after these men, you know, after this gal. So you're not just doing yourself a favor by getting this guy locked up. You're saving the next potential 10, 20 gal. If, let's say, for example, with that R. Kelly situation, if someone really came out back in the day and got my man locked up, you think he would have had further victims? No. But Some people will take a payout or some kind of money or whatever, some type of bribe and that. And next thing you know, my man's running loose, pissing on this person, pissing on that person, pissing on you. Madness, man. That's what you know it's about. How the fuck can a man fucking do that to you and you're willing to accept money over it? That's how you know that those chicks they will see in dollar signs. They not all of them, because certain man, you know, get me. They go out their way to do things together and that. But yeah, certain these girls, I swear they premeditate this shit and that. They know exactly what they're doing, man. They know exactly what they do. I was even making a video yesterday. One of the subscribers and that must have asked me to go and check out one of King Rich's videos. He done a live stream about a week, 2 weeks ago, something about do looks matter, are looks the be all and end all and that. So I made a little video, um, just basically what I think about the do looks matter thing. Because it's not just that video that I see. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I've seen other YouTubers make live streams and normal classic view videos about it and that. So anyway, towards the end, I'm saying that there used to be, and women still do it now, obviously, in it, high class prostitution, isn't it? A lot of these white girls back in the day used to doll themselves up and still do it now, pretty themselves up, and they specifically go to these high end clubs, high end bars, and that where they know there's going to be footballers about just to get themselves knocked up because they know if they get knocked up by a footballer, they're set for life. They're set for life. Literally, they'll be on the equivalent of an 80 grand wage a year just for raising a man's youth. That's basically high class prostitution, man. Let me check the comment section because this screen here that I'm using now, I can't see the comments. Yeah, I don't know, man. It did sound a bit suspect though when I heard a little snippet of that video, but I'm not too sure, man. I need to go and watch it, but again, you know how the media is as well, and it like they will cut up certain parts of videos and that and make it look a certain way where it ain't really that. But bare gal do it, bare them, bare them. It's like you have to think to yourself, you're like, I think someone even said something about Future. A girl, Future must have flew a gal over from wherever. I don't know. She was from another state in America or another country. Anyway, flew over to a hotel room. Oh, I don't want to do nothing. Why the fuck you turning up for? What did you think you was gonna do in the hotel? What? Go to Jehovah's Witness Bible studies or something like that? Come on, man. Come on, you know the game, man. Like, if a man invite you back to a hotel, what do you think he's gonna? What would be the point of inviting you to a hotel when he could sit and have a conversation with you in a fucking restaurant? The man won't get you alone for, you get me? Girl acting dumb. But again, even if, you know what, even if a man fucking, I don't give a fuck if a man flew you over in a fucking spaceship, had a Rolls Royce parked up, drove you to a fucking, drove you to the fucking hotel. If a girl says no, it means no. Yeah, that's it. Don't take it no further than that because the consequences and the repercussions are not worth it. Even if you do a 4 years in jail, when you come out, you're still gonna be on a specific register and you're there for life. It's not like an armed robbery or something like that where, you get me, your peers and that can overlook that. Forget about even being on a register. Just the people them around you. What are they gonna think of you? Now, me, man, don't care about what people think about me, but man, never want man to or anyone around me to think that of me. Get me? So yeah. But anyway, if you get caught for them things there, you're gonna be on a register for the rest of your life. Imagine how many jobs you're excluding yourself from. You can't work with kids. You can't work in people's houses. Like, like DBS check thing. Like if you go and work in a school, they want to do a DBS check on you. If you want to be an electrician working in people's houses, they want to do a DBS check on you. I don't think I've had a DBS check for. I think I've had one for a construction site. Me, all these little jobs and that. Like if you, I mean, most men are not going to be a care worker or something like that. But you do any work where you're working with the, I'm not going to call it the general public, but you're working with people, especially if you're in a closed off environment where it's just you and them, you're going to get a DBS check. You can't fail. You can't fail. It's just not worth it, babe. Not worth it. Not worth it. All of that. So you're potentially going to serve 3, 4, 5 years in jail for what? 30 minutes of fun. Now, how many men are paying child support for 18 years for 30 years of fun? It's not worth it, fam. Now, obviously, this is with a girl that they're cool with and they're dealing with, but you get me? They didn't take precautions and they had a youth with the wrong girl. 30 years, 18 years of fucking child support, man. Long. Long. That is long, fam. Then, if you go to jail for them things there, boy, the heat that's gonna be on you. Yeah, they got special wings for them man there because they can't be out in the GP, in the general public. Man will use you as a fucking punch bag. Man will use your head as a fucking football, blood. I beg man don't go jail for them thing there, boy. It's long. It's long. In the UK, you might be able to get away with going to jail and just getting used as a punch bag or whatever. Innit? In America, the man there will kill you, blood. Literally kill you. And obviously, even if in the UK as well, any crimes against any children, any minors, for when you step on the wing, you're almost dead. You basically, as soon as you stepped on the wing, you got half-life right there. It's not a fucking joke, blood. Not a joke, fam. But again, you always got girls trying to. Y'all are lazy. That's the epitome of a lazy person, you know. You don't want to make nothing of yourself, start your own business or go to uni, get a degree, master's, PhD, and become a successful person. No, I'm just gonna say that a footballer, whether it's I don't know if it's true, but I'm just gonna say that a footballer has done this to me or a rapper has done this to me so I can make some money off of it. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna blow all the fucking money and a year later they're broke. Oh, you see my DNA test, yeah? The DNA test cost, I think it cost me about £90, you know. Yeah, what powerful process. What country are you from? What country are you claiming? The reason why I say what country you're claiming, because once you do that DNA test, you'll be shocked, my brother. So yeah, what country you claiming from? UK. So you're saying you're white English, yeah? Okay. But even then, like you'll come out with all these little bits. I mean, you never know. You might all be 90% white, straight white English in it, but you might come out with all these little bits and pieces like Jewish, Asiatic Jewish or something like that, or like maybe somewhere Eastern Europe or even like maybe Central Europe, like Czech Republic or Sweden. So yeah, do it, man. It's worth it, man. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked, man. Do you know, I was actually talking about this in a live stream, yeah. This is the one of the most fucked up things about slavery. Other than obviously the most obvious thing, you know, people were taken from their land, stripped of their identity and raped and whatever in it, sold off as slaves, used and abused. And the fucked up thing about slavery is we do not have no trace past a certain point. Like, I mean, the most I could probably trace my ancestry back to like, hold on, yeah, probably my great great grandma. That's it. White people, fucking hell. You lot, English people, you lot are fucking lucky, you know. I was working at some old white man's yard up here in Northampton, and he was on the phone talking to some people, and I don't know who he was chatting to. So anyway, when he came off the phone, I said to him, "That's amazing, you know, that you can trace your ancestry back to the 1200s, blood. 1200s. A man can trace his ancestry back 800 Ras Clark years, you know." He said to me that like his family, they're originally from Yorkshire. So obviously Yorkshire's like up north somewhere, innit? Like, you know, like Leeds and Bradford and then kind of places and that. Probably from some village up there, kind of like near the Scottish borders or whatever, innit? You think black people, you think we can do that? You think us Jamaicans can do that, blood? Or any other fucking Caribbean island or African, maybe some African people can in it, but then again, over there, they ain't got no kind of system. I don't think they have systems like that, like even pen and paper to be writing down and making records and that. You think black people on the whole can do that? No, blood. How can a man trace back? Because remember, in 100 years, you could get about 4 generations, you know. If people are knocking out youths by the time they're 20, 25, you could have 4 generations every 100 years. Times that by 8. Yeah. What are we looking at? Fucking 32 generations, you know. A man can go back 30 generations, blood. That is mad. You know who your great granddad times 10 is, or times 50 or whatever, times 30. His name was John something something. You think man can trace back my ancestry past 3 generations? You're going mad. You're going mad. See, that's why I like the fact that man's on YouTube and that. Like, I was even saying this to my mum, and she was like, "Oh yeah, whatever." And like, my mum thinks I'm a madman, innit? Yeah, I was like, "Mum, this is why I love the fact that I'm on YouTube, innit?" Now, unless something happens to YouTube and they shut down the whole thing and all the videos and that disappear, I expect my videos to be on YouTube for the next long time, innit? Like, I want my grandkids to be able to watch my videos in 50 years' time, innit? Even if they laugh at man, like, "Oh, granddad was a madman, like his way of thinking was primitive and that." Well, at least there's fucking records of me, innit? At least they can see how man was back in the day. Like I've actually got a physical book so they can read in 50 years' time. Oh, granddad wrote this book 50 years ago, you know? This is what a man was on. Even if they don't rate, man, that's cool, fam. I want to be remembered. I don't want to be just a fucking name on a birth certificate with coffee stains and tea marks and blood on it. Yeah, man, want to be remembered. Want to be known, fam, for generations to come. Like, you know, like great 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 grandchildren know, say, I descended from this person and that. With black people, like I said, I only know the name of my great great grandma. That's it. Man, only know her name. That's it. That's it. Don't know nothing about her. Plug in my team. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Do that DNA thing, man. It's interesting. Still, I love that shit. I love like researching about like human migration and that. So like, cause you're saying that you're white English, yeah. I guarantee you probably even got maybe like traces of Irish in you as well. Man, read something on the internet that I think 30% of white English people in the UK can claim that they have one Irish grandparent. So 30% of white English people in the UK are basically 25% Irish, if that makes sense. Yeah. So 3 out of 10 white English people in the UK have one Irish grandparent. If that was the numbers, I'm just giving rough estimates or whatever. But it was definitely that last part can claim that they have one Irish grandparent or whatever. That's a fact, but I don't know about the 30% part. Innit? So yeah, you probably all got Irish ancestry and that. Again, they're just across the water anyway. You know, after the bombings and that in the 40s and that, there was tons of Irish people coming over to help build up London and that. So right, boom, boom. Oh man, like Xavier, what you saying, man? This ain't a proper live stream, you know. Man was just testing out something, but again, yeah, you know what I'm like, innit? Yeah. Next couple of days, I'm gonna continue that human nature live stream because that was part one. Uh, there's gonna be a part two. That's how you know that thing was long. How the fuck can man be doing a live stream for 5 hours and not finish the live stream, not finish all the points that man had to talk about? 5 hours, you know. But yeah, the pros. Hold on. Well, let me answer my man's thing first, actually. Then I'll get back to you, Dose of David, innit? So, what's the process of the DNA thing? So, basically, I use DNA Ancestry in it. So DNA Ancestry. Let me type it in the thing. You could use the other ones if you want. I can't remember their names. What's it? I can't remember. There's quite a few different kits you can use in it, but I use the DNA Ancestry in it, and I can vouch for it and say that it's correct. For one reason. I'll get to that in a sec. But anyway, you buy the kit. Again, you spend £90 or it might be 60 because you get like special offer or something like that. Comes after about a week. You get this little test tube thing, and you spit in it, and like let's say the thing's like this long, yeah. Let's say the thing's this long, yeah, like that long. You spit in it like I don't know, a fourth of the way, a quarter of the way. There's a little marker. You keep spitting in it until it reaches that marker. You just put the lid on, wrap it up, put it in the bag, and put it through the post. It's like a prepaid kind of like envelope kind of thing, and then yeah, send it off to the lab, and then they get back to you within I can't remember, you know, I think it was like 4 or 5 weeks or something like that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, with all this COVID nonsense and that, they probably ain't gonna want to be taking no one's spit and saliva samples, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So, um, yeah, I don't know, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if they're still selling it, then yeah, yeah, man, buy it, man. It's interesting and that. Everyone should take the DNA test, man. But yeah, the reason why I know it's correct because my great grandma was half Chinese in it. So in Jamaica, I don't know about now in it, yeah, but back in the day, there was a lot of Chinese people in Jamaica in it. So like my great grandma was born in like 1920 or 1918 or some mad year like that in it, yeah. So my great grandma, her dad was from Hong Kong and he came over to Jamaica in it. So my great grandma was half Chinese. Her mother was a black woman. Her dad was a Chinaman in it. So obviously my great grandma's half Chinese, so she's 50%, which would make my grandma 25%, which would make my mum 12.5%, which would make me around 6.5%. But when I done the DNA test, go and watch the video for yourself. Obviously, you probably watched it. That's why you know about me taking the DNA test. It came up with that I'm 7% Chinese. That's how you know that thing's fucking real as well. How the fuck they gonna know that I'm 7% Chinese? That they can pluck that information out of thin air just from some spit in a fucking test tube. Some people think that that thing's fake, you know, the DNA test is fake. Nah, fam. How the fuck they gonna know that I'm 7% Chinese from some fucking spit in a test tube? That thing is real, blood. The only thing is that when I first got it, it was saying, oh, man's Ghanaian and that, predominantly Ghanaian and that. And then after a month, it switched it and it said, yeah, I'm predominantly Nigerian, 40% Nigerian, 10% Benin, which there's a big Nigerian tribe in there called the Yoruba. So basically, man's like basically 50% Nigerian, pretty much. And a lot of Nigerian people that meet me, they ask me, am I Nigerian? They asked me, am I Nigerian? Even not even too long ago, I was on a fucking job in Northampton. I went to some black people's a Nigerian people's yard. And obviously they're from Nigeria and that they know man's English born and that. And I was in their kitchen, big man, big woman, they all like my mom's age, 50 and that. the woman said to me, what country are you from? I said, no, she said, where are you from? I said, I'm from North London, innit? She's like, no, what country you from, innit? I said, well, Jamaican, but I'm born here. She's like, oh, I thought you was Nigerian, innit? I said, yeah, a lot of people always ask me that, you know. Nah, fam. Nah. But then I did tell her, yeah, man done the DNA test and it come up with 50% Nigerian, innit? So there's a reason why people think man look Nigerian, innit? So, I mean, I don't think I look Nigerian, but I mean, if a lot of people tell me that, then I must look Nigerian, innit? But I've heard rumors that a lot of the Jamaicans are actually descended from Nigeria, Nigeria anyway. So yeah, which will make sense because us Jamaicans are quite fiery people, and apparently Nigerian people are quite fiery as well. So yeah. Hey, what, Dulce David? Did you watch that video that I made about are average white men better than average black men? That video actually, obviously, that video got like 100 and how much views has it got? Like 184, which is nothing on the grand scheme of things. But compared to my usual videos, that got quite a decent amount of views and that. So yeah, let me know if you saw it, if you're still in the chat. Yeah. That video there, for me, in my opinion, that was like one of the best videos. I mean, obviously, I got a lot of videos that I think are good in it, but that was one of the, yeah, I think I went in on that video still. One of the reasons why a lot of black women are with average white men and that, because the top tier white men don't want black women. They don't. They don't. They don't. Unfortunately, this is a fact. Man don't give a fuck who man offends in this. Whether it's, you know, live now or on the replay and that. Unfortunately, facts is fact. Man just go by what I see in it. And I see a lot of rich, successful men, whether they're black or they're fucking white, not with black women. Not with black women. When I see a lot of rich and successful men, I don't see them with black women. So there ain't no agenda behind it or nothing like that. I'm a man, I'm neutral. Man don't pick no sides or nothing like that. I just watch and observe, and that's what I see in it. I see a lot of rich, successful men not with black women. I see it with all the other fucking races. Obviously, they do hook up with black women and that in it, yeah. But I see a lot of rich, successful men not with black women. Not with black women. Again, there are a lot of men that deal with black women that are rich and successful, but I see a lot of rich and successful men not with black women. And maybe they just don't find them attractive. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is, but I know a lot of rich, successful men are not with fucking um black women. Like, I can't even really think of like any white men that are rich that are with black women. I can't think of none. I'm not talking about casual dating. Like, if I think of all like rich white men, like actors and that, yeah, they might have dated one black woman or something like that. Out of 50 white women that they dated, they might have dated one black woman, but that's it. I mean, that's just a man just wanted to fucking taste a little blackberry. That's it. Sampled it. That's it. Moved on. I don't know. Can't recall no famous white men dating no black women. That David Bowie guy, he was dating, and that woman there was fucking Somalian. I think some model. This is back in the day. He was dating some Somalian model called Imam, like Iman or something like that. Like, I mean, I didn't rate it when I saw her, but I mean, back in the day, I think she was hot stuff or whatever. He was dating her, and my man's a fucking rock star, man. My man's on drugs. You can't even use him as an example anyway, man. The man's a fucking crackhead. No disrespect. Respect the dead, innit? I think he's dead, but yeah, I can't even use him as an example. The man's a fucking crackhead, blood. No disrespect, but yeah. Yeah. And no man, when a man gets money, a man don't want no woman trying to boss them around and tell them what to do and that. Because a lot of man ain't got that sort of mindset to be bosses and put gal in their place. So when a man get money, man don't want to be told what to do. Not every man is the type of man that can put a woman in their ass clap place, you know. So when a man get money, a man wants a woman to, yeah, sit down and I'll tell you what to do, when to jump, how high to jump and that. Man busting your fucking ass out on the playing field out in the trenches making money for some woman to come and try to run your thing. Nah, I ain't running. That ain't running, blood. No, no, no. Yeah, you said that the black man them on Love Island barely couple up with black women and that. I mean, them black man that on Love Island, them man they're from white areas anyway. So them man they are used to dealing with white gal anyway. But them same black man that have go on Love Island and that, most of them black man there move like white man. If they were in the ends, if they were in Tottenham or wherever, if they were in the ends, black girls on the ends won't be interested in them man there. Them man there too playful. Black girl like man who are serious. They don't like man that do all them foolishness. You know, you already seen the video, the live stream man cut up. Them black man they need to stop doing all them foolishness. That's how I know that them black man there grow up in white areas with white man when they're doing all them foolishness like touching man's arse and that. Black man in the ends don't do that, you know. Now we don't play them games there. We don't cross the line, yeah, between being heterosexual and homosexual and that because we just raise a certain way in it, especially us Jamaicans in it, yeah. We don't want to be associated with none of that nonsense. Fam. So when I see, like I said, like making reference to Love Island, I could literally be watching Love Island on mute, no sound, so I can't hear how these men speak. But I know these men have grown up around white men. I know these men have not grown up in the ends with the man them. I know they're from Basildon or whoever the fuck these other side of the world type of places and that. Because these men are touching man's ass and kissing man. Blood, are you dumb, blood? Like who the fuck does that, fam? Never in my life have man played them games with any of my man them. No. Mm-mm. Never. Never. Never happened. And these men are doing this with man them that they don't even know, fam. Man you just met on a show 6 weeks ago, blood. You're getting that comfortable with man. These are the type of man in the changing room, man are slapping man's ass and all this kind of foolishness and that. You know what, yeah, where you grow up really does dictate your mindset and how you think and just get me, yeah, just your whole personality and that. Even if you're not a criminal or nothing like that, just there's certain things that man do. There's certain ways man grow up in the ends. Even if you're not a criminal, you're never a gang member or nothing like that. There's certain things you won't get involved with. Like, nah, man. That's long, fam. So yeah, them black man that don't want to couple up with the white girls and don't want to couple up with the black girls that go on Love Island and that. But if they were in the ends around normal black girls and that in Tottenham, they wouldn't be on them. They would not be interested in them. They may as well be white. They may as well be like them Essex Towie man them. The black girls on the ends are not going to be interested in them. For a black girl to be interested in you, you have to be a certain way. You have to be a certain way. Okay. So you think you might be Somalian or something? Okay. Yeah, do it, fam. Do it. Yeah, do you know what? I've never been to Africa before, or South America. The only countries I've been to, so the first place I went Jamaica when I was 13, came back, my mum cut off my hair. Like, imagine me, I used to have long hair, like, cornrows and that. My hair was so long. Like, there's a point where when a man gets an afro, it's too long to be an afro. So I could tie my hair back. That's how long man's hair was. Me, man had hair, Man even used to have an earring. Yeah, man dropped that out when I was 15. One guy told me to not wear it. I'll get into that afterwards, innit? But yeah, I used to have long hair. Yeah, went Jamaica, came back, and mom was like, you know what, go and cut your hair, innit? I was like, nah. Tried to fight my mum on it. I'm like, nah, I'm not cutting my hair, innit? She's like, cut your damn hair. And my mum was my hairdresser, innit? So, boy, I wasn't finding no one else to do my hair, and I certainly weren't paying because I couldn't afford it. Man's 13. Then again, man was buying and selling crisp and drinks in school, so I could have afforded it. But anyway, nah. So anyway, I went and cut off my hair, and I was vexed with my mum for a long time, 'cause I used to like having long hair. And the funniest thing was, oh my god, it's so funny that we're talking about black man attracting white man, fucking black man attracting white gal and black man attracting black gal and that. When I was in school, when I had hair, I didn't really remember too much black girls really digging man. Now that I think about it, I had a lot of like them little like mixed race gal here and there, little Greek girl here and there, little blonde hair, blue eyed girl here and there. When I had hair, when I had cornrows, they loved it. When I had hair, they loved it. As soon as I cut my hair off, it's like the black girls in the school, like it's like they recognize man now. It's like I was a new man. I may as well have come from a different school. I may as well have come from St. Thomas More and start going Winchmore, or come from fucking Howard and start going Winchmore. Literally, gal, even in the year above me, was calling man sexy now and that just because I had a short hair and that. So that's the thing. Certain things attract black girls differently than white girls and that. Now, being older and that is a bit different, yeah, with the hairstyles and that. But being young, white girl love all them little things. They like black man's hair and that. But I noticed that. I can't believe I even fucking forgot that. Yeah. The white girls that was feeling me when I had the long hair and that. When I cut off my hair and I had short hair, they weren't giving me no eyes no more. It was the black girl in my school. Mad how that happened. It's like almost like I was a new person. Literally, I may as well have come from a new school. As soon as I cut off my hair, other girls started checking man out, but them girls over there, they weren't really looking at man like that no more, innit? And it's not like man had the pop smoke hairstyle now, just normal cornrows and that, nothing special. But yeah, as soon as I chopped off my hair and that, yeah, different girls started preying man and that. Yeah. Yeah, man. But yeah, well, I don't think I'll ever go back to having long hair no more, man. But yeah, yeah. So the first place I went to was Jamaica when I was 13. Yeah, went back to Jamaica when I was 19 again. Then I went to this place called Luxembourg. It's basically just a city. It's a country, but pretty much it's just a big, massive city. But it's technically a country. I reckon it was a part of either like France or Belgium or Germany because it sits in between like three countries. So naturally, it was one of those countries before, innit? So yeah, I've been to Jamaica twice. Then I went to Holland next. Actually, technically, went to Holland. Then I went to Luxembourg. For Holland, I went there for taekwondo training. For Luxembourg, I went for a taekwondo competition. Then I went to Prague, which is in Czech Republic. It's like the main city. Yeah, it's the capital city in Czech Republic. Then I went to Dubai. Yeah, I went to Dubai, man. Didn't go there and do none of that splashing out nonsense, innit? Man's not one of them type of man there, man. Yeah, just went there with one of my friends at the time. Yeah, it's all right. It was too fucking hot though. Fucking hell, man. Like, I don't know if you've been to the Caribbean before. I can't say what it's like to go to Spain because I've never been. Obviously, I've never been to Africa as well, but I know what the Caribbean heat is like, and it's mad. The humidity is mad. But like even Jamaica didn't have nothing on Dubai. Nah, nah. It wasn't even necessarily the heat in Dubai, i.e. the temperature. It was the humidity. Blood. Like when I used to jump off the plane in Jamaica, when they bust open that Ras Clark aeroplane door, it was like, you know, like when your mum's cooking or you're cooking a chicken in the oven for 2 hours and you bust open that door, the oven door, it's like whoosh, literally like that. When they bust the plane door open in Jamaica, in Dubai, times that by two. It's mad. It's mad. It's like the air is sweaty. Man's walking the streets at 3 in the morning and busting a fucking sweat at 3 in the morning. It's so warm at 3 in the morning. Even England at its peak, at its Ras Clark peak, won't even be that hot. So, you know, they say the hottest part of the day is at like, I think between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. In England, that has nothing on Dubai even at 3 in the morning. It's too hot. It's mad. It's mad. It's fucking mad out there. It's so hot. It's like it just becomes uncomfortable and that. Get me? You don't even want to walk. You just want to be in a car constantly because there's aircon, or you want to be in some kind of building constantly because it's aircon. Every building has to have aircon. That's not even a fucking option. If you don't have aircon in there, it's probably because the business is like some broke business or something like that, where they can't afford it. It's just too hot out there. It's ridiculous, man. So yeah, I won't be going back to Dubai anytime soon. I mean, I don't want to go to them type of places, them pretentious places where man are just going there because it's the place to be. Nah, I'm not no fucking sheep, not no follow fashion. I get it. If people are vouching for the place and man are reviewing it, basically saying like, yeah, it's the place to be and that, I get it, but a lot of people just want to go to Dubai because that's where everyone's going and that. Like this Bali place. Someone discovered Bali. Now the whole world wants to go to fucking Bali. That's what people was on a couple years ago. And Bali. What am I going to Bali for? I don't even know where the fuck the place is. What am I going there for? Go somewhere where there's, I mean, me, I'm not a sightseeing type of person and that, but go somewhere where there's fucking history and that. At least, you know what I'm saying? Like you go somewhere like Prague or Poland or somewhere like that. Like there's history in that. There's history in that, man. But then again, them places like Poland are kind of cold, so you probably ain't gonna go there, innit? Like Ibiza's alright, because not only just because it's a place where people talk about it, that's a party island. You're going there for a specific reason, innit? Like Dubai, you know, obviously people party there and that, but people just go there just for the sake of going there. I'm seeing man taking pictures, sitting on top of a Rolls Royce outside of, you know, that 7-star hotel and that. A man really took a man really hired out a Rolls Royce, parked it up in front of the 7-star hotel and took a picture of the Rolls Royce sitting on top of the Rolls Royce outside the 7-star hotel. This is what I mean about people. Man are really doing things just for the sake of it, just to get the t-shirt. Yeah, I've been there, man. Like it fucking matters. Who really cares, bro? It's not like they were just driving around in a Rolls Royce or a fucking Bentley and they happened to pull up outside the 7-star hotel and a man dropped his phone and thought, oh, let me take a picture whilst I'm in this angle. Nah. So yeah, back to those that they were saying, what's Prague? Like Prague's alright, man. It's decent. It's decent. A lot of Brits go over there in it because they go for their stag do's and that. So like when I was out there with my brethren, this was 016. I think it was August, yeah, end of August 016. Me and my brethren went out there and yeah, we see about like 10 man white guys and that. They were from like up north. I think like Liverpool or around them kind of area. You know them man there with them funky accents and that. So them man they were up there. And there was about 10 man, and one of them was in a genie outfit. So he must have been the stag. So they want a stag do before a man gets married and that. And you can see them man there. Them man, they were ready. They rocked up in this place, and you could see they're ready to drink themselves to death in it. So yeah, a lot of people go to eastern parts of Europe for their stag do's and that, because as you know already, European tickets are fucking cheap. If you book in advance, far away enough, like book it 2-3 months in advance, you get a ticket for fucking 50-30 pound. Man, fly all the way to a different fucking country for 30 pound, 50 pound. You know, try 50 pound on London, try 50 pound in the UK. That won't get you that far. So yeah, people like to go to Prague. Prague's one. Warsaw, which is in Poland. All these different kind of places, Croatia, all these different kind of places in Europe for their stag do's, because it's cheap out there, isn't it? It's cheap, it's cheap, it's cheap. I mean, now with Brexit and the pound's not that strong, I don't really know on it. But before, when the pound was really strong, yeah, like in Poland, like even my cousin works in recruitment. He said he went over to Poland one time for recruitment, and he said for what it would cost you in a restaurant in the UK for £15, like in Nando's or something, you could get that £15 meal for £5. So it's basically a third. I'm not saying everything's a third off, is a third of the price in Poland, isn't it? But what I'm saying is the cost of living out there was dirt cheap. Dirt cheap, man. Dirt cheap. That's why a lot of Polish people and Eastern Europe people come over here, they work. Not just because obviously there's work opportunities over here, it's because when they make money over here, when they send it back home, it's worth a lot more. It's worth a lot more out there because the cost of living is just really cheap, especially if they're sending it back to some rural village where the population of their village is about 20 people and that. A lot of the foreign people come over here. Now, when I say foreign people, I don't just mean Eastern European, I mean black people, Africans, some Jamaicans, the ones that got their head screwed on properly, Asian people, come over here, live poor, live humble, make their money, build a house back home, live like a fucking king. That's what we all should be doing. And if you're not from a different country and you're over here, well, buy your own property over here, innit? So yeah, trust me. Like a lot of people will laugh at the Polish people and Eastern European people and that because they might live a bit rough and that over here. See how they're fucking living back home. Them man, they have built their own house from scratch. Maybe they ain't done it with their own physical hands. What I'm saying is they got architects in and they built their own home from scratch. Literally, they designed it the way they wanted. Not they had to buy someone's house or pick and choose from that house and that house and that. No, they built their own house, brand new from scratch. Nobody lived there before. It's their property. They bought the land as well, so they also own the land, not just the house. They own the land as well for fucking yeah, not much money, man, compared to how much it would cost to build a house in England and that. Yeah, that's why man rate the foreigners and that, man. Them man, them man, they take it a bit too far though. There'll be 3 man in a double room sharing and that. Fuck that, man. I need my own space, bro. Don't want to fucking share with nobody, man. That's why when I was in jail, obviously I went in jail for a long time, but one of the reasons why when I was in jail, I made sure I requested that I had my own cell because I don't want to share with no one. I don't want to share with no one. When I first went to Feltham, obviously they made me share with someone, but he was cool. Big up man like John from Woolwich, the same age as man. I was 18, he was 18. We're technically in the same school year and that, technically. He's from Woolwich, which is South East London. I'm from North London and that. So it was good to chat to him in it because before that, man never met no one from South London before, apart from like one of my cousins and that. But man's never met no other road youths from South London. Like where man's situated in North London, man's right at the top of North London. So South London may as well be in another fucking country, literally. It may as well be in fucking Yorkshire. It's just so far away. There's nothing down there for me to do in South London. So I don't know no one from South London apart from one of my cousins who was from Brixton. That's it. And he's not rolled like that anyway. He just lives in the end, so he's not rolled. So yeah, John was cool. Man loved sharing a cell with John, and John was cool. But after that, when they moved me from Feltham to ISIS, they moved me because I'd been sentenced. So I technically shouldn't have even gone to Feltham, to be fair. When they moved me to a proper prison where people have been sentenced, called ISIS in Thamesmead in 011, yeah, it would have been in July, second week of July, they moved me there. Yeah. I said to the govs straight up, I'm not sharing with no one. I lied to them. I said to them I had a fight with my previous cellmate. I'm not sharing with no one because I'm gonna go in a cell with a man that probably smokes. I don't smoke. I don't want no one smoking around me. Like imagine, yeah, like going and sharing a cell with someone. Like you're gonna be in the cell with someone that has psychological issues. Now he might not be a raving lunatic, like he might not be a psychopath that can't stab you in your sleep. Don't get it twisted, but a man might even have anxiety issues and that. Remember, this is jail, you know. You're there with the worst of the worst. People them who's like right at the bottom. All the crap, all the scum going to jail. I'm not saying everyone's scum who's in jail, but what I'm saying is where do all the bad eggs, all the rotten eggs go? They go to jail. So that's what you're gonna be padded up with. That's what you're around. A man might be crying in the middle of the night, and for what? Like, even one of my brethrens, blood, he went to jail, and he was padded up with someone, and he's on the wing, and there's real man them on the wing and shit like that, innit? Like, get me, pecker mutes, and my man's in. So my brethren's in the cell with some random madman in the cell, and the man's knocking on the wall, just banging on the wall, knocking on the wall. I don't know. I think he's hitting his head against the wall, or he's just banging on the wall for whatever reason. Man's a madman. So my friend's in his cell telling him, blood, stop knocking on the wall, man. What's the matter with you, innit? Man's not listening, still doing it, whatever. Next day, get me. Man them were out on association. They've come knocking on the door because they're the people them that's on the other side of the wall, innit? Knocking on the door. Hey, what? Who keeps knocking on the wall like that? Hey, it's my man. Like, fam, why my man knocking on the wall? Like, man are asking man questions. And certain man who think, whether it's true or not, they're the bad boys on the wing, they might talk to a man in a certain way, like give a man attitude because they think they're top shot. And they might put a man in a position where it's like, it's a great area, innit? A man's not disrespecting me, but he's kind of talking to me a bit loosey, like giving man attitude and that. I don't know if I should have stuck it on him or not. But let me play it safe and not stick it on him and that. But then next time, man are gonna think they can talk to you. But I'm not interested in sharing no cell with no one for man to get me in beef with next man and that. Because there's this dumb culture in jail as well. You have to back your soulmate. Fuck that. Fuck that. What am I backing my cellmate for? Man might be an idiot. Man might be some fake guy and I must back him in beef and that. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. Or a man might be bringing trouble to your cell. Imagine a man bring trouble to your cell. But if a man's bringing trouble to your cell, the people them that are coming to your cell, you're gonna have to defend this shit because they're violating you by coming and starting trouble on your cellmate. Nah, man. If they're trying to ting on your cellmate, they're disrespecting you in your presence, blood. That's like imagine you have a guest come over to your house and someone comes outside your yard looking for them, wanting to beef them. But you better beef them, blood. They're disrespecting you, fam. They're knocking on your door and basically saying, I don't give a fuck who's in this yard, I'ma smack up my man and that. That's beef, blood. That's beef. You're in a cell, you have to learn that this guy's a fucking maniac. Man's knocking on a fucking door, attracting man from next door, who the bad boys on the wing, whatever in it, yeah. and they might be talking to you in a certain way that's a bit disrespectful or giving you unnecessary attitude, and that put you in a position where it's like, I didn't really like the way the man there spoke, but man, I have to let this one go. And just it's long, not interested, fam. Long, and a lot of these guys that go to jail as well, they're in and out of jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail, literally in and out of jail. Before you blink, fucking done 10 years in jail and that. A lot of them crackheads as well, they're the fucking worst. In and out of jail. Oh my days. Because what happens is they will go to jail for doing some kind of robbery or burglary, get 3 years, come out after a year and a half, but they're on license. And yeah, they've been on license for a year out of that year and a half. So they got half a year left on the license. But then they'll go and thief from a fucking shop, go to Asda and thief some meat. Then they've got 1 month plus the extra 5 months or the extra half a month, half a year that they need to do. And it's just a vicious circle, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. Before they know it, they spent 10 years of their life in and out of jail, 20 years of their life in and out of jail. True story, man, not making this up. You go and watch shit on YouTube. 20 years of certain man's life in and out of jail. Because man are doing 4 years, then a year, then 3 years, then a couple of months here and there, then bam, 10 years. 3 strikes and they're out. Third armed robbery, 3 strikes. To be fair though, actually, I think if you get like 3 strikes for like something serious like armed robbery, they give you life as well. Yeah, I think an elder man around me has a brethren, and I think his friend got caught for armed robbery for the 3rd time and they gave him life. So yeah, I think that's how it runs, isn't it? Or at least IPP, which, boy, you get IPP 10 years, you could be in there for fucking 25. This man fucking IPP for 2 years and been in there for 8. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, boy. That being on death row, blood. Like, you lot got me here talking, but I was supposed to just be on this live stream for fucking 5 minutes trying to. Blood, those are David, fam. Let me tell you something, yeah. You see in ISIS, blood. That jail there, yeah, they called it ISIS for a fucking reason. Like, you see ISIS, yeah, HMP ISIS, yeah. This jail is in fucking Thamesmead, isn't it? Yeah, so SE28. And, and if anyone you don't know about ISIS to do the war and shit like that, innit, man? Like, war zone, innit, yeah. It's a fucking reason why they called it ISIS. Every day. Every fucking day. That bell was going off, blood. That bell was going off. And the govs were running to go and disperse some fight. Because someone's getting their jaw broken on some wing or in the gym or just out on free flow, and that. Every day that bell was going off. And when I was on the induction week, where my cell was, I could see where people come into the block and out of the block. And I'll just see the govs, you just hear the bell going off, and I'll just see the govs running. Just see them running. Every day. Man didn't really see that much beef though. But every day that bell was going off. Pretty much. Every day, every other day that bell was going off. Someone was getting their jaw broken. Yeah, to be in that prison, you have to have a London postcode. I mean, they might have changed it now, but you have to have a London postcode to be in that jail, and that you can't. There were no people from outside of London, so you ain't getting no guys from Manchester or nothing like that, unless they lived in London. But yeah, you ain't gonna be mixing with people from up north or nothing like that. Nah, it's just straight Londoners. Might as well go in there. Like, how many people did I see in it that I know? 3 man. two of them were actually my friends that at one point I can say, yeah, that's my guy. But you know, like you just lose contact with people, start moving with the next people, innit? But there was two man in there, man bucked them in there, and they were my friends at one point. One other youth just went to my school, weren't my friend in it, just some youth. But yeah, man met three people in there. That man know. Then one older from Wood Green bumped into him unexpectedly. Was talking about I'm with my brethren that man used to hang around with. He actually went to my school, but we weren't really friends in school. We was kind of friends on road, not in school, which was kind of odd. But anyway, so he's from Edmonton as well. And we're talking about the beef. I'm talking about having beef with some Tottenham boys or something like that. I'm in the gym. And when I was in jail, I used to just think that everyone was from South London. I didn't think no one was from North London. I just thought, yeah, the jail's full of South Londoners. So I'm in there chatting to my brethren who's from Edmonton, talking about some beef with some Tottenham boys or whatever. Innit? And there's one black brother, kind of big. He's sitting down and he's on the convergent chest press. Innit? My man's doing his workout and that. So talking about Tottenham boys and that, innit? So boom. So he stopped what he was doing now, innit? And he's looked at us now, innit? I didn't even realise my man's paying attention to our conversation and that, because we're just in the gym chatting, innit? And again, man's just thinking everyone's from South London. So if a man's talking about Tottenham and beef, well, again, like I said, Tottenham, South London's down there. We're basically on the other side of the world to them, lot. So my man stopped his workout, you know. He's like, yo, where you from, fam? And I said, I'm from Edmonton, innit? And he's like, yeah, guy, how are you talking about like Tottenham and that? So I said to him, I'm from Edmonton, innit? He's like, yeah, because I heard you talking about Tottenham youths and that. So right then and there, I'm thinking, all right, boom. Is it a thing? Luckily, I'm standing up. So if he gets up, then I know I've got a couple seconds to react or whatever, innit? Because what are you getting up for, innit? So I said to him, where are you from? He said, I'm from Wood Green. I said, cool. Get me. Because if anyone knows about Wood Green in Edmonton, get me. So anyway, I said, what's your name, innit? He told me his name. I said, blood, I know your younger hangs around my younger cousin. He's not really my younger cousin like that. He's only a year younger than me. But yeah, man, you're younger, because I know his name and I've heard of his younger. I'm like, yeah. And I told him my cousin, said, yeah, man, that's people and that. But if that could have been the wrong person and that, you never know. You never know. You never know. Hey, listen, I'm coming off in a minute. I'm supposed to only be on here for 5 minutes trying to test out something. You know, got me here talking and that. But yeah, goes without saying, obviously, in the jail's a fucking waste of time. Fucking stupid, man. But you know what? Some man like being in jail, you know. I was saying to my mum, the reason why a lot of these men are in and out of jail, certain men just don't have no ambition. Certain men are lazy, you know. Certain men are lazy. They don't mind being in jail. It's like, you must have zero going on out in the real world for you to not mind being in jail, you know. Because you have to check it. A lot of these men live rough, you know. A lot of these men live in dirty places and that. So if they could go somewhere where there's a roof over their head and there's not rats and mice running around and that, and they get free meals a day, some man don't mind that. They don't have to worry about working. They don't have to worry about paying bills or where they're gonna sleep at night. So they don't mind the jail thing. And the thing is, yeah, once you start getting around and going to a lot of different jails and that, you meet everyone, you know everyone. You pretty much know everyone. But man, shit, man been on the wing. Man, I come back. Blood, I'm back. Like, man talking about I only been out for 6 weeks and shit like that. Man, you only been out for 6 weeks and that. Man, I shouting and that. I'm back home and that. I've even seen documentaries where gal are happy to go back to jail because gal are just in and out of jail, in and out of jail. Man even got a couple family members in and out of jail, in and out of jail. And I was saying to my mum, the reason why so and so is always in and out of jail and that, and they don't mind the jail thing, they're not getting like they're not having a rough time in jail. The only rough time they're having is because they're away and that. But they got plenty of brethren in jail. Because what happens is people keep moving around in jail. They keep moving to different prisons and that. And a lot of man just get me, make good at making friends and that. Even me, I made friends in jail and that. So you just start to get to know a lot of people and that. And then they're in jail, they make a little bit of money because they push a little drugs here and there and that. So there's that boy, they don't even mind being in jail. They don't mind being in jail. So they just get locked in the system, just in and out of jail. Again, like I said, 50, 20 years of their life in and out of jail, 1 or 2 years here and there, get slapped with a five, come out, do a couple of months on recall and all that kind of nonsense, then bam, get hit with another 5 years. Next thing you know, 20 years of their life in jail. Once you get to that stage where it's like, how the fuck do you not stop? Because you know these men ain't got no uni degree or they ain't got no electrical trade or not. They ain't got no trade. They're not a tradesman or nothing like that. They got nothing to go back to apart from crime. Apart from fucking crime. I'm getting off in 1 minute. Said that about 2 minutes ago. I'm getting off in 1 minute, man. Midnight. You man are awake. Go school, go work. Yeah. I ain't got work though. Respect, man. Say be listening, rejecting 30 calls, back to back. Yeah, I'm coming off in a minute though. Respect to Dose of David and Xavier. Yeah, couple days or something like that. Before the week's out, man, we'll do that part 2 of that live stream, yeah. The human nature cut. I didn't manage to finish it. Yeah, I didn't finish it, man. 5 hours and I thought, no, I ain't doing no more, man. It's too long. Anyway, I'm gone. See you.